Hi, and thank you for watching my channel. I wanted to get on today to talk about an issue that a lot of women, regardless of race, go through, though it is more common in the African American race. Something that isn't really spoken on, and a lot of women won't acknowledge that they have it, and most times we really don't know that we've had it. But I wanted to speak on postpartum depression. So I am a mom of 4 girls, and with my older two, who are 9 and 5, I had no postpartum depression at all. But when I was pregnant with my third baby, I did have postpartum depression after I had her. And to go in depth with that, so during my pregnancy, I got pregnant rather quickly after having my second child. I got pregnant quickly after her. I was 4 months postpartum, and I found that I was pregnant with my third baby. And I was completely in denial of being pregnant. I just kept saying, I just had a baby. I can't be pregnant. I just had a baby. But in actuality, I was pregnant. And I was like that, not really believing I was pregnant until getting the confirmation from doctor's office. So I settled down, and I was okay with the idea, because I am that one who is for anything outside of what I'm comfortable with doing. Like if your choices are for you, my choices are for me. That's how I feel. I don't try to force any thoughts, beliefs, or anything like that on anybody. But yeah. So I went through and I had my baby. She was a beautiful baby girl. She was 5 pounds and 2 ounces when we left the hospital. She was breastfed, and just as beautiful as she wanted to be. She was the most beautiful baby. Now she's the prettiest little 4-year-old, but being in the medical field, I was able to catch on when I noticed that I had postpartum depression. So my signs were, I didn't want to be in the company of my children. I didn't want to be near my husband. I wanted to be by myself, to myself. I wanted to sleep. I was not working during this time after I had her. So, going from working 40, 50 plus hours a week to not working at all, I believe took a toll with postpartum depression for me. And having my babies so closely together, though I understand that people want their kids to be that close, and they have their own personal reasons for it. They want their kids to grow up together, and they don't want to space it out too much, and they want them to grow up close, and I understand that. And all 4 of my girls are really, really close, from the oldest to the baby. They're really close. If one is with friends, they have to figure out or want to know where everybody's at. That's just how my girls are. They love each other. But I started to pick up on the signs little bit by little bit of postpartum depression. I spoke to a friend of mine who, she's my best friend. She's like my big sister. We've been friends for over, like, not to tell you my age, but we've been friends for just about 30 years. But I know she went through postpartum depression, And so I spoke to her and told her how I was really feeling, because postpartum depression isn't something that your spouse or partner is really going to understand or connect with, because it's not them. And when you're going through it, you don't really know how to express it or talk about it, and you can be kind of embarrassed about it because of all the negative things that we hear from the news, of the things that mothers who are suffering with postpartum depression, what they do to their children, what they do to themselves. We hear how scary that is, and we don't try to put ourselves in that bubble. But it does happen. It's something that we can and do go through. And I went through it, and I was lucky and thankful that I had somebody that I could talk to, because my mom didn't go through it. My grandmother didn't go through it. And like, a lot of families, sometimes they can look at you like what's wrong with you? Like, why you acting like that? What's going on with your head? You need to talk to somebody. But it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, if you've grown up with family like that, that's why we a lot of the time keep things to ourselves, because of that reaction. But I talked to my best friend, and she told me everything that she went through. She's in the medical field also, and she told me what she went through. And when she told me that, I recognized that I needed some help. So I called my OBG office, and I set up an appointment to talk to the psychiatrist that was there to figure out what was going on with myself. They set the appointment rather quickly, and they asked me questions like, did I feel like harming myself? Did I have thoughts of harming myself? Did I have thoughts of harming others? Things like that. And I did not have thoughts of harming myself, my children, or anyone else around me. I just didn't want to be near anybody else. I was perfectly fine being by myself, laying in the bed and quiet. So when I spoke to her and all the questions that she asked me, they wanted to get me started on a medication. I can't remember the name of the medication, but it was an antidepressant. And I was breastfeeding. I was still breastfeeding my child. And even with my postpartum depression, I still thought of what would cause harm to her. And I researched the drug, and one of the side effects of the drugs was suicide. What I couldn't understand was, if I am showing you and letting you know that I'm dealing with postpartum depression or any form of depression, and you give me a medication that induces suicidal thoughts, that's really not cool. So that medication really needs to be reevaluated for people in general. But I got myself out of the postpartum depression because, like, I'm not a person that's big in medication. Like, I don't, if I have a headache, I'll sit there and wait, rest until my headache goes. If it's really bad, I'll take a Excedrin migraine, or I have a prescription because I've been having migraines since I was 9. I'm clinically diagnosed with migraines at the age of 9. So I do have a prescription that I take only when my migraine is unbearable. And that's another video that I will do, because that's something else that a lot of people suffer with. But I buckled myself down and I broke myself out of it. It takes a really strong mind to pull yourself out of a form of depression, because it really is an illness. It's something that you can't control. It's a chemical imbalance within yourself that somebody outside doesn't understand and try to tell you, oh, you'll be okay, or oh, just smile, or just they have their own little things that they say to you to try to pull you out of it that isn't really helpful. But there's few people who will give you their number because they understand, they've been there before. They'll reach out, give you their number. If you need to talk, I am here. And you can hear in their voice if they are sincere. I've been that person for so many of my friends who have had babies and who are just going through depression, period. I've stepped up and I've let them know I've been there. I understand. I know what you're going through. I honestly know. Like, if you need somebody to talk to, please call me. Send me a message. Facebook. Like, like, text me. Like, I'm here for you. Don't do anything. Like, I'm here for you. I can talk. Like, I can listen. I can be that friend that you need or that you are like looking for. That's what I need, because I didn't have that. And my husband is an awesome man. He's a wonderful man. But this was something that he did not understand. He couldn't understand why I didn't want to be near him, around him, or anything like that. Which is why I spoke to my friends about it. Well, my one friend about it. But it does happen. It really does happen. And it is easy to overcome if you have the willpower for it. So what I did was I broke myself out of it by forcing myself to be around my kids, because I didn't want to be around anybody. I would just call my kids into the room, and I would put on a movie, and I would sit there. And my kids, they love mommy just like I love my babies. And they would just lay all across me and lay on me and give me hugs and kisses, and just that was really helpful for me. Just to know that I had that love and support from my babies. And my husband would lay there right with them, lay on me, hugs and kisses, and just to know that I had that support of my family really helped me pull myself out of it. So I just stuck with it, just trying to pull myself out of it, and before I knew it, I was smiling again and wanting to go places with my babies and go places with my family and get up and do things that I was normally doing or used to doing. And I got back into working, and yeah, it really helped me. But if this is something that you are going through, like there's so many people out here that are willing to help. Here's the hotline for depression and suicidal thoughts. I'm going to post that here, and I'm going to also post that in the description bar below. Also, if this is something that you've battled and recovered from, or if it's something that you are currently dealing with, leave me a comment below and I will respond to your comments. I will respond, and this can, like, I'll be there for you. That's how I am. Also, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more honest videos like this from a personal standpoint. I post videos just about every day. I'm new to I'm new to YouTube, and I'm just trying to grow my subscribers by being honest. Like, this is me. But I am doing a drawing, a giveaway, when I hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you can get me there, I'll be putting you in a drawing to get a nice prize. prizes will be announced when I hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. That's when I will announce the prizes, and they are prizes that people can really use. Who can't use? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to announce it at the 10,000 subscriber point. But yeah, please reach out if it's something that you're battling, or something that you've recovered from. Please reach out. You're not the only one. There's so many out here who have been in your shoes and who can be there for you. So yeah, but thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit that bell for more like this. Thanks for watching.